You sounded.
We're sounding good.
Sounding good? Talk to us, Dave. Talk to us.
How are you guys doing tonight?
There you go. Perfect.
That sound good?
Cool. That'll work.
Perfect.
From where I'm at?
I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigars, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I'm August Gitschlag. Hey, we're short of Fox today.
We are.
Yeah, I don't know. He said he was burnt.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's burnt on too much fun over the weekend.
Too much us.
Too much us. Maybe we kind of burned him out. Maybe he, I think we all were slow to recover from that Tiger game we did together last week.
Oh, my goodness.
I was definitely 2 days of on the couch, really.
Oh.
Hangovers are 2-day affairs sometimes now. But we got it on last week.
We did. We really
had
did.
a good time. In the rain, but
Yeah.
it was a good day.
You're not going to melt.
Not going to melt.
We're knocking them out of the park, but we're out and about.
Yeah, you can hear that ambient noise in the background. We're not in the friendly confines of the Southfield studio right now.
No, we are enjoying life at the Butter Run Saloon.
My hometown is St. Clair Shores. Our first one we've done here in my hometown.
I lived in St. Clair Shores for 10 years.
Yeah, with the high school here.
Yeah. I had a cute little house down on Maxine. I loved it, and I just love being here.
Yeah, other St. Clair Shores legends are walking in the door now.
Hey.
Tim Madigan, Matt Barnes walking in here. And, of course, we're sitting at the table with one of the legends of St. Clair Shores.
Yeah.
The one and only owner of the Butter Run, Dave Harden. How are you, Dave?
I'm doing fine.
Welcome to the Man Cave.
Really good now that Max Barnes is here.
Yeah. We got the party. The game is afoot.
I'd offer Matt a stool. I just don't want him to fall off and break his arm.
Oh man! But so Dave, I mean, we in the infancy of the Man Cave. You were very generous and let us crash the space upstairs way back, and we did the 3-quart bourbon tasting up there.
Yes,
but
we did.
We talked to you a little bit, but we didn't go super in depth about the Butter Run, and we figured we got to come back and chat. And what drew me in was you because you'll do some barrel picks to have for your guests, your customers. But sometimes with those barrels, you sell a few of the bottles, and so there was a Buffalo Trace, and I'm like, I need to go over there and I need to get a bottle of the Buffalo Trace. And I said, what better reason than to hang out and try some and chat it up. So I figured we could start there. The Butter Run, people know the story. Old family, hey, we're Thanksgiving, we're going out pick up some groceries and butter and what have you, and never come back.
That's a true story.
So that's where the name Butter Run comes from.
My family has a similar one, but we have no good nickname for it. It was literally the 3 families we were in Detroit. Cop across the street, neighbor, and my dad go to pick up the Chinese food for all the families. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids.
Yeah.
And we're all waiting for Chinese food. And our dads didn't come home until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
so that was another version of that story.
But
there's no cute nickname we named a bar after.
It's a charming, interesting bar. It's wonderful. You got a nice menu. You're right here. It's so easy to get to. It's like just you fall off the freeway and you're in your parking lot.
And this is a world-class
spot.
It's a world-class bourbon selection here too. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Painted Lady guy because I live in Hamtramck. That's my easy go-to with Andy Dow there. But I try to steal away here and see what you guys have on special every once in a while. I had my first ever Japanese whiskey sips were in here. your barmaid pushed that on me. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then everyone sitting at the bar is like, no, this is the one you want to try. And they were changing my mind. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah.
All right. So there's the waitress came up as I sat down. She sets the menu down, and I'm like, oh no, we're not going to eat. She's like, no, that's the whiskey menu. It's 9 pages like the phone book. The people watching on Facebook, you could see it there in the video. But it's a menu. How many different bottles are behind the bar?
We're a little over 1,453.
Jeez.
To be specific, and 53.
Well,
1453.
We have about 250 upstairs that we don't have room for on the shelf down there.
Okay.
Special calls.
We're live on that camera right there, buddy. You're moving.
So once you
Sorry, people are coming in and they're like,
No, that's
oh,
fine.
it's my friends. Oh, we'll take a seat. I'll move this camera.
once
It's in
we
my
have
way.
more space, we'll get all these new ones down here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we gotta. Well, we'll do a little work tonight. We'll knock a few off tonight.
Sure. Now, is it Wednesday that you put the whiskeys on special? It was a weekday that I was here, and she said like a
Mondays.
handwritten list. Oh, it's Monday. It was a Monday. That makes sense.
Half off whiskeys on Monday.
Yeah. And it was like 4 on the list. I was just like, whoa, I would never ever
Wednesdays
try
are
this.
tequila.
without- Oh, okay.
So tonight we can do bourbon and half off tequilas.
Half off tequilas. Okay. Is it specific tequilas or everything that you got back there?
No, we usually pick 4 or 5,
Pick 4 or 5. Okay.
like we do on Mondays with the
like
bourbons.
on
There's
Mondays,
usually 8 different bourbons from all over the world that we do
Okay.
that are half off.
So right now you have this is the Buffalo Trace pick, right?
Yes.
So
We just took delivery on that about 2 weeks ago.
all right. Now is this Jamie's bottle?
Is that? I haven't paid
we were
for
gonna-
it yet, but I'm
we were
gonna buy one.
Wanna buy one?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, because I want to give this a try. I want to get this sound
Yeah.
that cork coming up one.
Yeah.
Well, here.
Crack it. I'll drive home with it open. I'll just put it way in the back.
So tell us the adventure of going to pick this one. Did you go down with anyone else we know? I know you've been.
Nope, I went down on this one myself. I couldn't find anybody to go with me, unfortunately.
I guess you lost my phone number that day.
Yeah.
And
It wasn't a big pop. It was
No,
a light pop.
it's loud in here.
I went down. They had 5 barrels to pick from.
Okay.
And I sampled all 5 and narrowed it down. And this is the guy I picked.
So is there something in particular that drew you to this one? Or just, I mean, after 1,400 bottles, right? Pulling in 4 times, you didn't pick them all, but
You still get, you know what? I still have my favorite profiles.
yeah.
You know, people ask me, what Rick Council was it from? What floor was it from?
They can get really nerdy on that shit.
I don't.
No.
You know, I strictly go on flavor and profile and what I like.
It's got a little stronger nose than a regular Buffalo Trace on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing, not to be negative, but the one thing that out of all the barrels I've done is with Buffalo Trace, they bring them all down to the same percentage.
Down to the proof.
So it's not really like a barrel proof. It's a Buffalo Trace, but it's a single barrel. But it's down to they water it down to their.
Okay, so they bring it
45?
down. Yeah.
Are they good there at 45 or 40?
That's 96.
96. All right.
So
Yeah, I've never been to a barrel pick in Kentucky, but I did do. I get to experience at Kunin's when they were making some of their whiskey.
Oh, okay.
And they aged it for a couple years, and they pulled it out. They put it in one of their Eisbach barrels.
All right.
And then pulled it out, and I was there, and we tried it, and I'm like, my God, this is going to melt the enamel off my teeth. He's like, well, but he goes, it's 162 proof right
Oh,
now. We
good
probably
Lord.
should have some distilled water in there. I'm like, I'm going to go blind.
Yeah.
Open up a bottle of bottled water, and we cut it down. He's like, is it better now? I'm like, much better. He floated at 115, and I was like, this is tolerable.
Talking about high proof, I was down. I've got a barrel sitting down at DCD.
Okay.
All right.
That it's 8 years old last August. We pulled a sample and it was 146.9,
All right.
but it didn't drink like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You could drink it
Was a quarter of the barrel gone?
the way it is.
And they won't
the
cut that
cut?
down to 96 either.
No, we're going to cut it down when I do it
To
next.
something legal.
When I do it next year, I'm going to do it as a 10-year.
Okay. Okay, nice.
We're going to do it down to 1399.
Okay.
So it's not considered hazmat.
Okay.
It's not considered hazmat.
And
yeah.
the rumor has it, it's the first barrel that was ever distilled at their new facility.
If it's
Oh.
8 years, it has to be one of the first barrels.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
is it a bourbon or a rye?
Suburban.
It's a bourbon. Okay. We did a walking tour of
The
Detroit City
Prohibition,
Distillery.
their speakeasy
Good. How
tour.
are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while.
Got our buddies Sal and Tim over there in the
Yeah.
peanut gallery.
People rolling it. I love
You know how
this.
ticked they are that the camera's pointing this way and they're not sitting behind us making faces and being all silly.
They can pick it up and turn it around.
They
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
No one's gonna mind.
Yeah, oh yeah. You can
There's
pick it
a
up and
couple
wave.
East Side legends over there that I've been known to get in some trouble with in this town from time to time.
All right, but back to this, the pick for the Buffalo Trace.
Yes,
Did you taste it?
I did taste it.
Way more flavorful. It is than a regular Buffalo
Well-
Trace. It's my daily. I all day long. It was like I've been sold
See,
on
my
it for
my
years.
daily is wild turkey.
Yeah.
The regular wild turkey. Now I've been messing around with the 101 and that kind of stuff lately.
On my daily, one of my dailies. One of my dailies. I'll I got several. So I'll do the. I love the Woodford Doubled Oak. That's on the shelf most of the time.
I have a Basil Hayden 2x2 that I've been sipping on for the last few months that I've been keeping an eye on.
But I try to keep a Buffalo kicking around, and this is creamier.
Wine Garden used to keep me in Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
They would keep me in Buffalo. They always had a different barrel picked, whether it was the sisterhood or the brotherhood of the barrel.
Right.
They always had a good one, a good giftable bottle.
Yeah.
So I was in there. I just got their Russell the other day to gift. But then it got hard to find for a while.
But yeah, Buffalo.
Buffalo Trace was hard to find for a little while.
Which
the only
was
place I got
silly.
it was the Well whiskey, the Well bourbon at Penn
Yeah.
Anything you got, I'll get a shot of your Well. Okay, it's a $5 base Buffalo Trace. It was great. But it got hard to find. So yeah, this is nice.
So
I can
creamier.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I don't know. I just maybe I had too much Buffalo Trace for too long. So at the regular Buffalo Trace right out the bottle just wasn't doing it for me anymore. Just like Bullet, kind of had the same problem. I was drinking that a lot for a long time, and I'm just like, no, I kind of graduated. Maybe I just got a little mature and started wanting more flavors and different flavors out of my whiskeys.
Yeah.
Do I sound dumb?
No.
I always sound pretty stupid on this
Nope,
podcast anyway.
So I'm going creamier and tasty.
It's definitely tastier. And
It's definitely Buffalo Trace, but it's a little
when the lady
creamier,
did
a
their barrel,
little more flavor.
I did a regular and a barrel next to each other. And sometimes you got to do that to really get the difference. And appreciate
We might do that. We might do that in the studio. Sit it next to a real one.
Sit next to that. So, who else have you worked with for picking barrels? Just the Sazerac folks at Buffalo Trace, or where else have you gone? Let's get some stories here, Dave.
This is actually the first time in 12 years that Buffalo Trace has offered me a barrel.
Huh?
Oh wow!
So I did it.
Okay.
I've done barrels a couple times with Old Forester. I've done barrels with Maker's Mark. I've done barrels with Eastern Kiln in the west side of Michigan.
Oh, I don't know them.
I've done a couple with Jefferson's.
Okay, yeah, Jefferson's Ocean. Yeah,
I've done
Eric Olson does them down at McGee's. He's
Yeah.
done a couple with them.
Yep. I've done a few with Scotch. I used to do a lot with Angel's Envy until Cardi bought them over and they quit doing their barrels. But yeah, I usually do 2 or 3 a year here.
Okay. Wow.
And you go through them
Sometimes you split
steadfast.
with a party store. Sometimes you do them on your own.
The only time I've ever done one of the party stores, I did split a barrel with Tony at Wine Garden
Okay.
for Herradura tequila. As far as the bourbons, I always do here.
You just do it on your own. So and then you move the bottle. You sell some of the bottles.
Yeah,
So
some of them sell fast. Others, like Old Forester, sells real fast.
yeah.
Buffalo Trace we just got in, so we'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
Some of them I've been sitting on for years.
Yeah, well. Well, that just is fun to pull out a couple years later.
Oh, yeah.
This is my barrel pick.
It's just the right Facebook post with limited edition. We found this dusty box in the back.
Nerds.
Yeah.
It's like a tornado siren for bourbon nerds.
Oh,
They all come flying.
these are gonna go fast. Better get here today.
Yeah, dusty bottles.
And then you raise the price by $10.
Yeah, there you are. That
Well,
like
come
when
get
that old Fitzgerald, the 7 year started dropping. Everybody losing their damn mind, racing to the different stores. You know.
We don't want to talk about that.
No, we do actually. No, so,
It's all a game. It's You know, I started this. I opened almost 13 years ago.
all right.
Whiskey wasn't a thing yet, and I was asked to bring in a lot of stuff because they couldn't sell it. Now I can't get it.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like
That's the thing.
forget who took care of them.
Right.
And it's like that with like all these restaurants opening.
You don't sell enough Fireball.
Yeah. Well,
We
that's,
don't even want to talk about that.
yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing too.
Yeah.
So how many places do you actually have now, Dave? You have this place. You still have, was it Cachet?
I have this. I have Cachet.
Cachet down on Greater Mac down
Which is a
there.
cocktail wine bar.
Little
And,
Mac.
and then we're working Greater Mac.
Greater, it's on Greater Mac. It's in
And then
at the post office. Yes.
We're getting ready to hopefully soon
Are you?
finish the theater. Yeah.
The
That's
theater
great.
has been,
What a project.
having grown up here, that theater was like one of my.
It was
that was like
just, it was
a
a
thing.
staple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that theater and the Woods Theater were the two that I went to the most as a kid.
Yeah.
Me too.
Up in the shores.
Yeah. So
And
what's
what was
going on with the theater? Tell me a little bit about the theater. What?
Well,
how
we
many?
finally-
Is it one screen? Is it two
We
screens?
finally got approved by the SBA for our loan. So now we're waiting for the local bank to release the money. That's going to be a restaurant bar on one side and a live entertainment venue on the other. So inside's basically already built out.
Right.
We're doing that. Now we need to do the HVAC, the sprinkler system, the elevator, and all the
Okay.
big stuff.
Oh, there's an elevator involved? Oh,
Yeah.
Because that's right there on the
Jeez.
corner.
a lift. Okay.
It's right there, the corner of that the downtown
Social district, yeah.
and
Yeah.
and the couple times a year they close that off and they have
More than a couple now. I mean,
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
social
it's-
district in St. Clair Shores is the envy of the state's social
Yeah,
district.
it's the second, fourth Saturday of every month.
Oh wow, okay.
And the way that the
So-
streets were already built so they can shut that down and still travel around it
Yeah.
is just perfect.
Yep.
And it's been hugely successful.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
other
Wyandotte
other
is doing
cities
some
are like,
good stuff
why-
too, but
why-
this is great.
We wish we had built out that way, It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a great time. My parents are there all the time. I've been to 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
It's really worthwhile.
So that's like the hub, and so live music works in in that area. So
Yeah.
it's like, and there's
I can't wait to open.
the other bars there have music, but it's like an ancillary thing, and they're jamming. I mean, like we're trying to jam a podcast into here. You're shoehorning it into a corner. So to have a dedicated space, that'll
Shores
be cool.
Inn has a dedicated outdoor. They put a new bar that serves out to the street.
Yeah.
They got a
Yeah.
built in
But
an
I'm
outdoor
talking
bar.
about music.
Yeah,
You're
but
talking
yeah,
about the
I'm saying
music
everyone's
venue.
adjusting to.
Yeah. I like
Very cool.
it.
Very cool. How's Cachet doing? When I was living over here, I was there all the time.
Cashier's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And we have our ups and downs, but I mean, I don't think St. Clair Shores is ready for what we did there, but
Well,
we're doing okay.
yeah, I didn't think St. Clair Shores was ready for 4,353 bottles of whiskey or whatever it is. And you seem to be going through it. People are coming here looking for it. So.
They weren't when I opened.
They were. Well, yeah, we had what was it? Was it the Bacta event we did with all those party store owners?
Yeah.
And he was like, you remember 10 years ago when you had a bottle of rye on your shelf? The guy goes, we could not sell it. Nobody wanted it. And he goes, now we can't keep it in stock.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Whistle Pig started all that, the Whistle Pig rye.
People laughed at me when I opened 12 years ago. It's like, why you open a whiskey bar in St. Clair Shores? It's like, I travel a lot, and every other state had a whiskey bar. Detroit didn't have one. And I could go to any major city, and they had a good whiskey bar. Chicago had like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
We didn't have any, and I did it. Now we've got a lot.
It's fun. It's fun to see, like, you know, in the bourbon clubs, and then, you know, people chiming in on Facebook and people looking for advice, and how often the Butter Run comes up as a destination for whiskey. So do you have people coming in? Because we get a lot of, you know, the Metro Detroit area gets a lot of travelers. You get a lot of visitors who find you.
Oh, I have people that come from all over.
Yeah.
I mean, we get, you know, Novi, Northville, West Bloomfield, Birmingham, Rochester Hills. I get a lot of people from out of state. I mean, I do a lot with this company called Rewards Network, where they track your sales and where people come from, and we get them from all over.
That's awesome. I'm loving the Buffalo Trace. I'm very happy that this fella's going home with me.
It's only $40 a bottle.
I'm ecstatic that. So really, only 40?
40.
I guess I'm gonna have to take one home too. Now.
That's
I'm sold. $40.
Yeah. That's
What else do we have over here, Dave? What's this pretty little blue bottle with the blue label on it over here? Right in front of you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? It's only on camera. You're caught.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
This is our last Old Forester barrel pick.
the last Old Barrel.
Yeah, we've done 2 with Old Forester.
All right.
This is the last one. It's the typical Old Forester mash bill.
Yeah.
It's 130.8.
130.8 proof. What do they want there, Matt Barnes? 130.8 proof?
Whoa.
You ready for that? Too much for you?
Too much.
Too much, he says.
All right. But I mean,
130.8? Is that too much for you?
130?
You were a sissy when you played football. I guess you still are.
Hope you got 4 spares in your car.
I love you, Matt.
Thanks, Dave.
so you have a whiskey wall of fame. People can get their name etched after doing 8 whiskeys or something like that.
Yeah, it's
The barrel head over there.
yeah.
All right.
Through one of the suppliers.
Oh, hey, what are you guys doing here? Try a little bit of
Well, that one popped a little bit better than that one did.
Yeah. That was a much better pop.
this is their barrel pick. All
right.
Buffalo Trace. Yeah, nice. I have to come back for that one.
This is definitely a more caramel color, a little darker color than the Buffalo.
Yeah, this is very dark. So what were the Old Foresters going for?
136.
I may have to adopt that one
Oh yeah,
too.
look at the color difference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's definitely. Now, what's the age difference on those two?
Buffalo Trace was 8 years. Old Forester, I think, was 9.
Wow.
You can smell it's a lot stronger.
There's some degree. Well, that actually wasn't cut down as much. You're right. It's also 136.
Correct.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to have some more color to it.
But it's not.
Oh, it's a nostril full. It's a nostril full.
It's a full, but it's not burning.
No, it's not burning.
Get out of here.
It's just a different. When I stuck my nose in the Buffalo Trace, it didn't punch me in the dick.
Must already burned out because
your nose hair is a condition, buddy.
I don't get that.
I need a trim. I needed a trim before I got here. No.
Oh, yeah. Now that's a great flavor and more burnt. It's a different sip. I like that a lot.
I don't know if it's just because it's a high proof that I want to say they're pepper.
It coated my tongue
just the high
differently.
proof, or is there a peppery
I would say
ness to it?
I would say. What was your most popular, like the one that went like crazy of all of your barrel picks?
My first Old Forester.
Your first Old Forester. Is that what you think it was just because of the novelty of, hey, we got a barrel pick and everyone went berserk for it? Before everyone was going berserk for barrel picks?
Because I just got it a couple years before this one. I think it was because Old Forester was on a hype.
Well, yeah, it was a hot
and
thing.
You couldn't get them.
Right.
And I went through that first barrel. For me, not being a party store, I went through it in 4 months.
Wow.
Time to pull.
Which is, for me, good.
4 months.
When I used to do my Angels Envy barrels, I used to go through them, pretty consistently. But yeah, the first Old Forester barrel I did was probably my fastest.
Yeah. What's the one that you keep at home because this is the one I want to savor? So you got a couple stacks at the house.
He's got 1,452.
Yeah, but of all that, there's got to be something that you keep hidden in your desk at home, right?
Just knows me. There's certain things I keep at home.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite one I've done that I still have a few more at home is when we did our Maker's Mark barrel select.
All right.
That was
Yeah. I love the Makers. I
like
that's another one that's on the shelf.
I
regularity
always
too.
enjoy Makers.
Cask.
Do we have any Maker's Mark?
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
Did we get 3?
We do cask on the Makers.
Thank you.
That
we
Makers,
we do in the studio. We'll get the
the
cask.
Makers
one.
46 and the
and
vanilla
have it.
casks is also a great pour.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, usually have one of those in the studio.
We stumbled
Look for those shoulder dips.
Yvonne, the A&B guys came into the studio and brought a whole bunch of crap, right? I was late for work the next day, so much stuff.
I'll bet.
And we fell in love with Old Soul out of Mississippi.
Old Soul.
We had a barrel pick. And I'm like, I've never heard of a
with Old
Mississippi distillery. Man, was that good stuff.
Yeah.
And even the regular
The shelf
juice was
one
good.
is nice.
The shelf one's
but
nice
the barrel
too.
picks have been crazy.
Yeah, we got a
the
couple
first
of
one
them.
was insane.
But that's the difference between what those guys can do and what I can do. If I stumble across a really good bourbon like Old Soul or one of those, I can't do a barrel because nobody knows about it.
Yeah, well, that's how we felt. Like Old Soul, we never heard of it.
The party stores can put it in, hype it up, and do their thing, but
you're not going to sell it on premise quite as fast. They're going to sell it by the bottle, right?
That's right. For examples of my Jefferson Ocean, phenomenal barrel, but
doesn't have quite the name.
Doesn't have a name.
Yeah, to bring cachet up again. It doesn't have quite the name recognition. And,
right,
yeah.
and it doesn't sell.
Yeah,
it's. I use it for gift baskets.
If you have any laying around,
you're
right. Gift baskets and donation. That's a great idea. But you don't want. That's not why you bought it. You bought it to sell it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But
it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal liquid, but people don't resonate. They resonate to certain things. Party stores can, once they get the reputation of the barrels,
like Big Tony,
they can sell just about anything. If, like you're saying, they brought in an Old Soul. Who in the hell knows what Old Soul is? Good. It's a good product.
Now we rave about it all the time.
Great.
So yeah,
great tasting.
Yeah.
But the general public has no clue what it is.
Yeah.
Say Big Tony was bitching to us about a product he was kind of forced to carry, as he said. I had to carry this. That's Sazerac barrel aged Myers rum. That they had. I thought was delicious. I got my dad hooked on it. He loves sipping on it. He's like, "Oh, this is just I had to buy this in order to get access to the other stuff." Yeah. But it's party store can sell it.
That's the game that they play.
The party store can sell it. You put that on the shelf here, it'd sit there forever.
Oh yeah.
With that phone book of 9 pages, somebody walks in. How does your staff guide people to something other than Jack and Coke? How do they guide them, or you just hope people are kind of looking to be adventurous?
No, if somebody most people that come in here that are looking for something different will ask the staff, and they'll tell them. I mean, people want to know how they find it. It's all alphabetical.
Staff education's a big deal for you.
Oh yeah,
I know that you sit your people down and you make them learn what they're serving, what you got, why it tastes this way. You've always been known for that.
It has to be.
Yeah.
They have to know what they're selling.
Yeah.
You know?
Very cool. I mean, I was a dive bar bartender for 18 years. If you asked for more than 3 ingredients, I told you to eat shit. You know, it's like, you know, bitters maybe, vermouth, it's all gone bad. You never, you know, we didn't do that. I had one martini glass at all times. The second one was broken, and the blender was always broken.
The blender's broken. But yeah, I mean, the shelves are 8 bottles deep and 14 bottles wide. Oh my God, how do they even keep track?
It's all alphabetical by category.
Okay. That is
In a new place, it won't be 8 bottles deep. But every bottle will have its own place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that has to be another challenge for your staff to know what's where, especially if someone puts something back in the wrong spot the next day.
Yeah.
Man, that'd piss me off some fierce.
Pisses them all off.
And you?
It happens more than you
know. It happens. You know, in a bar without doesn't have this many bottles. If you put the vodka in the wrong spot, it'll piss you off. You know.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this Maker's Mark. What do we got here? This is from
Smooth Operator. It's one of the private selects.
This is a barrel pick. You went down and got this one.
Yeah.
And so you pick the staves.
Oh, the stave profile.
They
Yes,
changed the staves that they do. They got rid of one, added a couple, or got rid of 2.
Yeah,
added a
they
couple.
change them every so often.
Yeah.
Tony had some of these on the notes. He has a couple left.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but if you had it, you kind of grandfathered in, you can keep doing it. So,
yeah, I'm actually contemplating doing another one, but I'm not sure. I want to do something special when I open the theater. So I'm going to do a Kickstarter.
Sure. All right.
And part of that Kickstarter is buy a special blend, get a locker for a year.
Oh.
So I'm going to have lockers there.
Like bourbon lockers?
Yeah. So you can buy a bottle, put it in the locker. It's your bottle.
So like I'm adopting these 2 guys, I wouldn't have to take them home. I could lock them up.
Lock them up, and then they'll be there.
Yeah.
When you come back.
All right, like a cigar bar without the cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Same concept.
I like it.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
I'm in. Sign me up.
Yeah. So what kind of menu are you going to have at the new place? Is there what kind of food's going to be happening there? Are you working on a kitchen? Is there going to be food? Is there going to be a?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Still in the planning phase, or secrets you can't tell?
Let's just say butter run on steroids.
All right.
The cream in the clear. Oh, that's a whole other. I can see why this was extremely popular. Yeah. Because, well, first of all, you have the beauty of the Maker's Mark name, which everybody knows and loves and respects. And they've had a bottle of single barrel at some point or whatever. This, I saw this on the behind the bar. I'd order this. Yeah. What's something like this go for a pour here?
This was probably, my second fastest.
Fastest selling?
Oh, this is 112. This doesn't taste 112.
It doesn't taste 112.
It's 112. It does not taste 112.
Matt, do you want to try the 136?
I should.
Yeah, you should. It's the one and only Matt Barnes, another Cinque Shores Pope here.
136.
136 proof. That's the old forest.
Greta Harper was when she was with Maker. She came in and she's wonderful wherever she is. But she came in and she brought like this traveling roadshow of all the different bottles, and she walked us through it.
Now it's warm.
Now he's feeling it. He's feeling it on the secondary after he breathed in afterwards. Yeah. It's a good thing you got your best, finest Bud Light to wash that wonderful bourbon down.
Shops the country for this for me.
He shops the country. Make sure he has the best Bud Light for you.
Never any fresher than.
Oh man. So yeah, we do have, as we do often when we go on location, we let our friends know.
Yes.
So we have a couple of my college buddies over there, some pandemic friends. The one and only Matt Barnes this year.
Yeah.
But that's only because of you, Dave. I told him I would be here.
Jennifer
It's like,
Williams.
If there's 2 of you in one place, then I'll go. If there's 2 people you knew in one spot.
I'm always here, but Matt never shows up.
He's never here when I'm here.
That's exactly what I would have said too. That's exactly how I would have answered it. But last time I was here, or the time before, you were here, and that's when you met Catherine, who's on her way here now. You said you were having a meal at the other bar. I'm like, shit, Dave, how you doing? So we tried a whiskey together, I believe. So, yeah.
Eric from Cave Radio checked in,
Eric Schultz.
Yep, and
Good guy.
Jennifer Williams checked in, and so yeah, the people checking in online saying hi while we're doing it.
Yep.
So Jennifer said, without a doubt, you have the best prices in town.
Jennifer did?
on the finest whiskeys, and it is. It's very reasonable to come in and
I agree.
get in a world of trouble.
You're not Birmingham prices here.
Yeah,
You're wholly
Yeah.
reasonable. Everything's right. How do you keep track with the way
Butter
these?
Run prices.
But how do you keep track with the way that these prices go up and down? The aftermarket prices shoot through the roof. I mean, I know my buddies at Bourbon Shores, like they're Hamtramck cops bought that place. I've known them forever, and they got stuff. They're buying it. You know, they know how much it costs, and it's too new. They don't have stuff sitting around at old price. You know.
I don't know. You know, I don't want to talk about anybody else, but I don't know how they're having. I don't know. You brought them up, so I don't know how they're having the stuff they're having.
I kind of know.
I know they're
kind of know.
Oh, really?
I love live shows.
I know. Told you we're in my hometown. Cheers. Popping in. Got people on the patio. People over here. You always got people around. Rob Piper, good buddy of mine.
All right, fair play.
But yeah, I know that some of it, they travel a lot. And whatever, they find stuff.
I know. Well, when they show pictures of Pappy 15, 20, 23, you know they're buying on a secondary market.
They are.
To me, it's not worth doing. But
Different thing. They're new. They do whatever they can to get some butts in the seats. And we'll go talk to them one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're old friends of mine, so I popped in there a couple times here and there. But there's different regions of the Harper. You never got involved in the Harper Bar Wars, with the Boatworks and the Irelands and the Savvies and all that. You guys have stayed above the fray here. And that's I'm speaking as a Shorian.
it's not a war.
Well, it was
We're all
to some
in business
people.
together.
I agree.
And
I agree.
There are certain people that don't understand that.
Having worked in a
I'm not going to
Hamtramck
mention
bar,
any names, but there are certain people that don't understand it.
working in a Hamtramck bar where there was 2 or 3 that were within steps of your door, we all wanted us to succeed. We loved it when everyone was doing
So
well.
I am.
That's how we always worked down there.
I patronize almost every bar in St. Louis. I won't say them all because
I ran into you at Pat O'Brien's one day. We sat in there and had a cocktail.
When the city's thriving, the city's thriving.
I agree.
I love
I
this town.
agree.
I mean, I love my
people
house.
don't realize, and I'm patting myself on the back. People don't realize that how many people I bring into St. Clair Shores that aren't going to just stay here.
No, we don't.
They're going to have a drink here, 2 drinks here, maybe 3, and then venture out and see what else is here. But other bars in St. Clair Shores, except for the water in the summertime, aren't going to bring people from Northville.
No, you're a bit of a destination. I can tell you, I officiated a wedding in St. Clair Shores a couple years back, right after COVID. And I looked around the room and I noticed there's certain people were missing from the wedding party already. I'm like, those sons of, I know they left to go to Butter Run. I know they did because they weren't from around and they knew, and the one guy knew where they went. And sure as shit, I texted them, you guys at Butter Run? They're like, yeah, we snuck out of the wedding to go to Butter Run because we didn't get access. I think they came here first. It was an Old Forester product you had at the time, but they were all fired up for it.
Oh, that's fun.
And they all came over here for that. And then we all ended up at Coliseum, and that was fun. Well, from here to Coliseum.
Never been there.
You ever been to the library?
Nope. The library.
For lunch? Oh, and we got a couple of nice ones here.
Lunch, dinner, or snack.
Or a snack?
So going into the Makers, the Smooth Operator, hitting it a second time, it's stronger.
It does.
It's getting stronger.
To me, it tastes stronger than the Old Forester on the taste.
Maybe because maybe I got burnt on the Old Forester. But the second sip on this got stronger. It's still
So are any of these still for sale by bottle or not?
Old Forester and Buffalo Trace.
All right.
Okay.
This one is not.
That one's not?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Well, that's good for you. Fortunately, it means you're moving it. People are buying it. They're
Yeah,
drinking
but
it.
I got customers that are sad because it's gone.
Well, they're going to come back and ask and get the next one you do.
For the next one.
Yeah, you get the next one you do. What is on tap?
I don't know. I'm looking for the right barrel to do for the opening for the theater.
So are you going to do? So I know.
So whoever steps up,
All right. Whoever
Says we
steps
have
up and wants to be
something
worthy. Wants to be worthy. All right. So I know you've done others. I know you might. We all know. Well, we don't all know. Your name came up with some other friends of ours on a tequila trip.
Tequila.
So you've done barrel of other things besides bourbon.
yeah,
Just the tequila? Was that a one time, or have you done more of those?
no, just tequila. I've done two
Two
tequila.
All right. Do you have those here today or no?
I have.
Because Firebird went through theirs like bang, like they blew through theirs.
I have a little bit of Herradura left. Dobel, I have none left.
Okay.
Well, Herraduras, I like those.
Yeah. So if you're going through if you sold all the tequila, is it just because why didn't you go back and get more? Because that seems to be one of the hot things right now.
Well, it is.
Yeah. I guess you only have so much party capacity to go pick out booze, huh?
Yes.
I know it ain't cheap to go down and do all that. I know. I know.
Well, and that's out of
They always tell you they're going to pay for it, but they never do.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the rub
We'll
on that.
pay you to go down there, but we'll pay for your trip, and then it's like, well, they reimburse you, and then where's the reimbursement? Oh, we can't do it right now. So
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of worth it though.
it is. I mean, I love doing the bourbon. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd love to do the tequila, but I'm not sure.
Well, that's not going to Mexico. It's a different expense level
I'm
than
not
going
sure
to
which
Lexington.
one I want to do in Mexico. I'd love to do their tequila because we do between my two places. We go through a lot of tequila, but my heart, and my love is with bourbon.
all right.
So
No ryes, huh?
No, I was gonna buy you one.
I'm a rye guy.
yeah,
Like when I go to McGee's, they always have a bottle of rye set aside for me. They know I'm going to drink it. It's my thing. I'm a rye guy. But I mean, I get it. Bourbon is what sells. It's what sells.
All right, you're incognito.
All right. So am I talking too much, Jamie?
No, not at all. I'm enjoying hanging back and enjoying the bourbon.
So I'm kind of doing a little side by side with the Forester.
I know.
I got a little bit of ginger ale water here.
I never saw you. I didn't see you. You were here.
Now going back to the Old Forester after the
I'm going to tell you, I like the Forester. The Makers is, I mean, look, these are delicious.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to stand here and rank these because that would be unfair to the bourbon and to my tongue, which is now fried with all these high octane bourbons. But I'm not going to marry, fuck, kill them. But I'm going to tell you what, I think I'd marry that Old Forester. I'll give you that one.
I'm hoping I can.
I'll say I'll marry the Old Forester.
I'm hoping I can adopt it.
Hoping I can adopt it.
Really hoping I can adopt that one. If you said that was the last bottle, I don't know. That might be going back up on the shelf.
Well, I mean, maybe I get a discount because it's open, kind of like a damaged air fryer. Like a damaged air fryer
I
with a dent
like
in
the
it.
menu. I was showing the menu, and there's audibles. There's
Oh yeah, you got to.
They got.
You can't
they got
print
some
a
things-
new menu
they
every
got-
time a bottle
They got
comes
something
back. You got
in and
to call an audible.
Yeah, so there's several things. There's audibles called in there.
What do you got coming up, Dave, that we should know about here?
I don't know. I was just thinking maybe I'll do some of the true story.
Okay. True story. All right. That's a thing.
You guys have any idea what true story is?
No, what's two story?
So why don't you tell us? I'm just looking at Jamie. Jamie's looking at me. I looked over at Matt Barnes, and Matt Barnes doesn't hear what you said. I looked at you, and just looked at you giggle. I'm like, all right, he's got us.
All right, two story. Who's the two story?
I met Wes Henderson
Wes Anderson?
Wes Henderson.
Oh, I thought you said Wes Anderson. I'm like, whoa.
13 years ago,
Oh,
as the founder of Angel's Envy.
Okay.
He lived through Angel's Envy. When Bacardi bought him out, he stuck with them. And Bacardi let him go.
All right.
And him and his family started a new bourbon
Okay. Out of where?
called True Story.
And where's it out of? Are they Kentucky or?
They're out of Kentucky.
Out of Kentucky? Okay.
Out of Lexington.
I asked that now because, as we mentioned, I get so shocked about the Old Soul being out of Mississippi, and like how so where are people doing their bourbons out of now? So okay.
Yeah, so they
right.
they bought the old castle in Lexington, and they're they're stealing out of there.
all right.
Who was the other? Who just sold?
There was something. Yeah, there was something with the Castle and Key folks. Yeah.
No, we're thinking of that
Castle
southern.
Key. Castle Key, something totally different.
That's
Okay,
that,
okay.
we were
Castle,
we're
all
thinking of the people from Northern California that were doing the Redwood Forest
All right.
wood
Empire.
whiskey.
Yeah. That's
different thing.
So,
Different animal. All
yeah.
right.
I'm
Different
anxious,
animal.
I'm anxious for Wes to bring his stuff to Michigan.
All right.
Okay.
It's interesting. Like distilleries get going, and they use secondary stuff
Right.
to get rolling. Which I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? And then they get established, and then they start getting their own profile. We've had a couple. We've been doing this for a little bit, and we've had a couple people when they've started compared to what they have now, and it's like leaps and bounds. Sometimes people get a little turned off because things are a little too young. When people are first starting and they're buying young things or just pushing things out, putting their name on it. We've had several. We're like, whoa, we're not going back there again. But somebody talks us into it, like later down the road, and they've matured. They've really got their stuff in one central pile. And I don't want to call somebody out on it, but there was one. I don't know.
Hey, Rob.
And that's how we treat our friends here at St. Clair Shores.
Yeah.
Like, I think we should interview a couple of the popes of the East Side over here at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, I get fair enough. Oh. I know. Sorry, I was on my phone on that
No,
guy. My sister's coming to town from Chicago on the 25th of July, and I have tickets. This is really cool to see Batman, the 1989 Batman, at the DSO with the symphony playing the soundtrack. So she's like, we have to do this. I want to go. I'm just like, how many tickets should I buy? And I'm like, not going to let her hang because they're hard to get. I'm like, if you're going to buy them, hit the button. Buy them all now.
That is the best freaking thing when they do that.
I love it. I've been to Goonies. I've been to Muppet Christmas Carol. I've been to Back to the Future. I went to Ghostbusters. I went to Princess Bride. It is one, especially if it's a John Williams score.
When they do those movies with the soundtrack, oh, it's phenomenal.
I think it's must see Detroit culture stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's just amazing.
So they were trying to get people into the Fox Theater. They had just refurbished the Fox, and they were trying to get people back
Monday night at the movies,
back into the Fox. And they were doing Hamtramck, the People's State Bank of Hamtramck there, and they would sponsor that, and they would do like just the vintage movies. So, and they would have like the live music going with it. No, it was way before that. It was way before that.
Way before that. Okay,
it was way before that. And so it was at the Fox, but Lawrence of Arabia. So we went down, we saw it, and that's just it's an epic. It was just not because of the film is epic, but it's just the length of the film, the quality, the scope. It's just, and it's an epic film. But the presentation is just, it was just epic, and it's like I love that. I've been hooked on that since then.
So July 5th.
Yeah.
Thinking Spinal Tap. 41st anniversary. I'm gonna go over to the Imagine Theater over there in Royal Oak at 4:00 and have my hangover. My 4th of July hangover movie at see Spinal Tap.
That is a chunk of American culture that cannot be denied.
There's a new one coming out.
Yeah.
We got a new one coming.
I love that.
Christopher Guest is doing it.
I want to see Heidi.
And Matt Barnes wants to see Heidi, which cut off the playoff game. That's the old football.
Matt, I will do this for you. When I open the theater on Sundays, we're going to do movie night for people to come.
Oh,
all right.
I will show up.
He's going to bring Agnes and everybody.
Grandfather.
I know nothing about Shirley Temple I know nothing about that movie. What I know about that movie is the legendary cutoff when it was an overtime of a football game, and they said now Heidi, and they cut off the end of like a playoff, either a Super Bowl or a playoff game, and that's why it was so freaking funny that Heidi was the movie. It was a regularly scheduled programming. I was like, no, the field goal, and they missed it because Heidi came on. Oh. And it's a legendary CBS thing.
I'm still working on this Old Forester. Dave, the legs on this thing. It's
I'm a fan.
crazy.
I'm a fan.
It's like, but it's a lot. I don't know if I can do more than one of these. I'd have to switch to some light seltzer afterwards.
So when you sit down here and you have, what's your favorite meal here? Because you guys have a great menu as well. We didn't even talk about the food menu here.
Yeah, no.
You have a great menu. You can sit down and you have dinner here. Do you have a go-to meal and a go-to cocktail you have with it? If it's a good day or a bad day. If it's a good day and you're in a good mood.
It depends because our menu changes. Like tonight I had schnitzel.
Wow.
You got schnitzel on this bitch?
Oh, yeah.
I guess Gitch might need some schnitzel on the way home.
Obviously don't follow it, Gus. But
Gus, I turn around and look for my pipe fitter dad. But yes, I don't follow the menu. I follow the bourbon. I follow those things.
You should follow the menu also.
All right.
But I eat it fluctuates. Like tonight, I had great schnitzel. My chef is one of the best ever. So
people think of it as a bourbon bar. So let's talk about that. The menu, it changes. That's very good to know. It's not just a burger and a basket of fries joint.
I'll correct you on that. The bourbon people, the whiskey people, consider it a bourbon bar. The food geeks consider it a food bar.
Okay. All right. There's foodies and bourbon nuts. Okay. You can both enjoy the Butter Run Saloon.
I do. All right. So, Dave, in a nutshell, is there anything that, just for the soundbite, right? Trying to entice people to come to the Butter Run. Somebody who doesn't know about the Butter Run, what should they know about the Butter Run?
We have great food, great bourbon.
That's a bumper sticker. Great food, great bourbon.
I love it. All right. I had 1,400 bottles. I was just
was it 4,000?
I don't even know where I'm looking around.
No.
1,400. What was your number?
1453.
1453.
My girlfriend showed up.
That's my girlfriend, actually.
Trouble.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't know anybody could put up with you, Matt.
Trouble.
Let's not go there. You already have 4 flat tires.
Oh, boy.
All right. But, Dave, thanks for bringing us in. Thanks for the
only a little bit done. I'm going to ask that you shift over there, and I want to put Matt Barnes in this chair for a minute and have a little fun.
Sure.
Camera shot.
But all the podcast things and all the podcast places.
Yep. Like, subscribe, comments, all that things, and then we'll do it all again very, very soon. Dave, thanks for having us in here.
Dave,
you're
the best. Thanks for hosting us. This is a couple delicious pours here.
Yes.
Thank you for having us, sir.
Cheers.
Dave, I'm so happy you were here.
We'll do it all again very, very soon.
Quit lying.